Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar. So we'll just wait a few more minutes to make sure everyone is in, and then we'll go ahead and start with the webinar. Okay, sorry, I was on mute. So hello, everyone, again. I hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. And I hope everyone can see us and hear us clearly. I just want to thank you all for taking your time and joining us today on this webinar together with some representatives from Dubai Municipality, who you'll be getting to know in a bit when we do the round of introduction. Just before we start, I want to mention that this webinar will be recorded and shared with interested startups. And it will also be posted on YouTube for anyone who missed out, just to tune in later on. It will also be posted on our website. Okay, this is just an overview of what the webinar today will be consisting of. So we will start off with talking more about the Dubai Future Accelerators. Throughout the webinar, I'll be referring to it as DFA. And then my colleague Hind will talk about the phases and the selection process for this program. And then we will talk about the municipality as well, the challenge, and of course the application deadline. And then we will leave the floor to Q&As at the end. So just before we start, we'll do the round of introduction from both ends. So from Dubai Future Accelerators, I have myself. My name is Sheikha Tamimi. I'm a foresight analyst and a program manager in Dubai Future Foundation. We work mainly closely with the Dubai Future Accelerators team. And we have my colleague Hind.
Hello everyone, my name is Hind Samiti. I'm a project manager at Dubai Future Accelerator, working with Sheikha and Dubai Municipality's challenge.
Thank you, Hind. And from Dubai Municipality side, we have Nasser.
Yes, my name is Nasser Shaybani. I'm construction completion head of unit. And we have also Umar Al Ali, who will be joining us later on, and Rashid Al Naimi.
Yes, we have Rashid and Ilham.
Hi, my name is Ilham, an engineer from Dubai Municipality, a green building engineer and a member of Future Team.
Yeah, so I think we missed Rashid. Rashid, if you want
yes, I'm here. My name is Rashid Naimi. I'm head of unit in inspection section in Control Department.
Okay, thank you. And then lastly, Basma.
Hi everybody, I'm Engineer Basma Abu Naama. I am Principal Building Control Engineer and Building Control Department.
Thank you, Basma.
Thank you.
And then before we begin as well, I'd also like to tell you guys to please submit your questions or note them down. And then you can also, throughout the webinar, you can submit them in the Q&A section. I think it's at the bottom of the screen. You can go ahead, and then at the end, we will answer them during the Q&A session. So actually, we'll be turning off our cameras now. So this is just for us to welcome you. So we'll be switching our cameras throughout the webinar now. Okay. Okay, so Dubai Future Accelerators, or DFA, is part of, or is an initiative by Dubai Future Foundation. Dubai Future Foundation is the umbrella which includes many different initiatives, and DFA is just one of many. And of course, Dubai Future Foundation is part of the government of Dubai. The mission of Dubai Future Foundation is built upon this quote by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, which goes, "The future belongs to those who can imagine it, design it, and execute it." And of course, the Dubai Future Accelerators is related or is inspired by the design it part of the quote. So what is DFA? What is Dubai Future Accelerators? We're basically a platform that connects or combines startups, scale-ups, and innovative solutions from around the world with government or private or semi-private sectors, private sector organizations from Dubai or the UAE. So basically, we connect both sides to co-create and test solutions for predefined challenges. So you might wonder why do we need DFA? Why is DFA important? If you look at the traditional or the current procurement process in most government or semi-government private sectors, it is very difficult to work or to get involved with a startup, given that most startups have no track record. So that's from a regulator's perspective, we can't really work or involve startups. And of course, why is it important to start including startups from different countries? Of course, if we didn't, we would be missing out on innovation and innovative ideas, breakthrough solutions that many startups that provide. So that's why it's important. That's where we come in. We help connect both startups to government, private or semi-private organizations. So that was DFA, and now I'll be handing the presentation to my colleague Hind, who will be talking more about the program, the Future of Construction Tech, which is the focus of this webinar today. So Hind.
Hello everyone, this is Hind again from DFA, Dubai Future Accelerator. I will now take you through the phases and the selection process of the challenge. So the program is divided into 3 phases. The first phase is the virtual program and presentation that will be running for 3 virtual weeks. Phase 2 is proof of concept. It's for 2 to 3 weeks in Dubai. And the last phase, which is phase 3, is the final decision phase. How does the selection process work? The selection process begins with stage 1. Once you submit your written application, our team will start the evaluation process. The second stage, all companies who passed stage 1 will be invited to a phone interview. During the interview, we will clarify further details about your company and proposed solution. Stage 3, applicants that successfully completed the phone interview will be shortlisted and shared with Dubai Municipality. Dubai Municipality then will further evaluate the applicants and select up to 10 companies. The selected 10 companies will then join phase 1. As mentioned earlier, this phase will be a 3-week of virtual program. At the end of week 3, they will present to the Dubai Municipality team. Stage 4, out of all the 10 companies from phase 1, up to 5 companies will get invited for phase 2. Stage 5, we will organize your onboarding, which is the flight, visa, accommodation for the 2 full team members. Stage 6 is the preparation and start of the challenge. We will conduct and arrange a webinar before your arrival to clarify any questions you might have. And once the teams reach Dubai, the challenge will start. Once stage 6 is completed, this will lead to phase 2, which is the proof of concept that will run for around 2 to 3 weeks. During the second phase, which is called the in-residence program, selected companies will come to Dubai for 2 to 3 weeks to work on proof of concept. Of course, this all depends on travel restriction if lifted and the global situation around COVID if settled. We will keep you updated and consider your safety as our first priority. As mentioned before, we will cover your flight, visa, accommodation of up to 2 team members for each company. Furthermore, we do not take any equity in any company. We only need your full commitment to the engagement in the challenge. Since access to senior decision makers within Dubai Municipality will be possible, we advise that you select senior team members to join the in-resident program in Dubai. What happens during the program in Dubai? During the first phase, you will be working with Ilham and Dubai Municipality team, which we call the future team, to know more about their challenge, why did they set the challenge, what is the ideal vision they want to achieve, and what solutions they tried previously for the same challenge. At the end of the first phase, you will then present to the Dubai Municipality team. Companies that have been selected for phase 2 will come to Dubai. Dubai Municipality will provide all the information needed from their side to help you through your proof of concept. In this phase, you will be doing your best to convince the Dubai Municipality that your solution is the best choice for their challenge. At the end of phase 2, the Dubai Municipality will decide which companies they'd like to proceed with and the solution they'd like to implement in Dubai. During the second phase in Dubai, we will also host a variety of workshops and introduce you to our network. We understand that many of the participants will be visiting Dubai for the first time. Therefore, we will be conducting different workshops to make you familiar with the local business culture in Dubai. Since it might be different than other regions, we will have a workshop about setting up an office in UAE for those who might be interested in setting their office during or after the program. We also host a workshop on how to work with local and regional media. In addition, brand workshop to help you build your brand. You will also have access to our ecosystem, Area 2071, including the community events conducted. We will introduce you to our ecosystem investor introduction if fits. Where is our co-working space located? And what is Area 2071 ecosystem? We are located in Emirates Towers, the 2 towers next to each other, you can see, which is one of the well-known buildings in the UAE. And at the back, as you can see, the famous Burj Khalifa. And we are currently located in 2 different areas in Emirates Towers, the ground floor and the first floor of the Boulevard area. As you can see, those are some of our partners that is located in our ecosystem Area 2071, such as Emirates Airlines, Microsoft, IBM, P&G, and much more. I will be handing over to Ilham from Dubai Municipality to explain more about the challenge. Ilham?
Hello. Yes, I'll give you a quick introduction about Dubai Municipality. Dubai Municipality was established in 1954. It is one of the largest governmental entities in the UAE. It is Dubai's leading growth and development institution, both in terms of its innovative services offered and major projects being carried out. Over the years, Dubai Municipality has excelled in managing 6 vital sectors, such as urban planning, maintenance of public facilities, municipal affairs and services, including cultural and heritage development, and building regulation, food control, and various other municipal affairs and services. This helped to make Dubai one of the most advanced and sustainable global cities. So basically, our challenge for this cohort will be enhancing control and inspection services in buildings under construction or completed using innovative technologies. I'll hand it over now to Engineer Nasser, who will explain more about the current situation in inspection.
Yes,
Nasser?
yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Nasser Shaybani, as I told you earlier. We are from Building Control Department, Dubai Municipality. We have two sections: supervision on under construction buildings and inspection section on existing building or completed, as Engineer Ilham said. I'll start with supervision. Supervision, we have around 40 to 50 engineers. They go on periodical inspection without notifying the contractor or the consultant to do a periodical check about the project. They go check the safety, site organizing. Is there any changes has been done architecturally or structurally from the approved drawing that was issued from Dubai Municipality or not? Are they using the approved building materials that has been approved in DCL or not? And we have the other inspection upon request. We have a structural inspection and completion inspection. Structural inspection is where we check the foundation, the steel of the foundation before casting, the slabs before casting also, and we have also survey department with us joining the inspection. Survey department to go check and issue a field report showing the foundation of the building is within the plot limit or not. For completion inspection, after the project finishes, it reaches the final stage, the contractor applies for a completion certificate. The application goes to 5 different entities in one application, in one portal. All entities check the application. They give a site visit to the project, and they visit the site on that time. They do the actual visit. Each entity go check the requirements. Like we have Dubai Civil Defense, RTA, which is Roads and Transportation Authority, Etisalat and Do, which are telecommunication companies, and finally from our side, Control Department and Survey Department. The Dubai Civil Defense, they go to the site, they check the firefighting systems and the safety. RTA, they go check the access, the pavement has been done around the plot, around the project, sorry. The survey department, they go check and issue a field report, again, issuing like a completion survey, showing that the contractor has built the project within the plot limit or not. For us as control department, we go check structural architecture work has been done on the site. We go check the number of rooms, the dimension of the rooms, height, the elevation of the building from outside, inside, any structural changes has been done or not, or is it as the approved drawing or not. And I think Rashid will speak about the inspection section next.
Sorry, take a lot of time to just open the mic. So Rashid, I'm going to talk about the inspection section, which is taking control of the buildings, all the buildings in Dubai, which means how to control the buildings that been built and make it about the safety and everything by sending all the people, like Nasser said. We have an inspector that about from 30 to 40 people. They inspect the whole buildings in Dubai, and we have like 2 phases or 3 phases we can talk about, which means the first phase is the violation of the building violation. Anyone that built any buildings that is not under the permits or not under the jurisdiction of the government, and sometimes they do that. The second thing also, the usage of this buildings, which means they use it as what? These rooms have been used as the same as permitted or against the law. And also who's using these buildings, which means For example, if I give an example, the villas and who's using the villa, if it's the families or bachelors or a company, sometimes that's a different category. You know, these are the main things that inspection centers that inspect, and mostly when we find out a violation, we're given a violation, and we try to give it, take it to the under control of the government, and by taking a permission as the law. We have, if we're talking about these challenges, we have a lot of challenges that make us really difficult. The first challenge, if we're going to talk about, is by using the latest technology. And for example, if we talk about the cameras, the drone, the AR, or whatever it is, we have laws, and we should consider these laws before we use any of these drones and whatever VR or whatever it is, because it's against the law to take a picture of people, or use the drone in a villas, which means there's families, there's people inside this one, and it's not really according to the law to take a picture of them. This is the first challenge. We are having an issue with it. Second one is even in the construction site, and the visit will go to the construction or the existing, and by taking under consideration the people that works here and go visit to they go visit the areas or the plot numbers or the buildings, and there are a lot of them every time. Dubai is increasing in buildings. Dubai is growing so fast, and every time we need bring more an inspector to inspect these buildings. We need to find out a really smart solution that we don't need a lot of people, and we can inspect it smartly by using this really new technology, and also by reduce the visit as much as possible, which means we can use any smartphone, maybe it can be used, and we are thinking about sometimes we think about this. And another one is by the people that use a lot of equipment in the site, which means the laptop, the measurements, what do you call this one, the measurement machines, and there's also another machines can be used also on the site. That's why we need to, there's a lot of expenses being done for the people, so they can get the most help as possible when they visit the site. That's why we need to reduce also some expenses. That's the second challenge we are facing really. Also, there's also, I think, and also have some another he's talking about it, another issues that we have been facing, or problems or challenges. Do you have? I think there's another challenges that we have or not. I think these are the main challenges.
Yeah, these are the main challenges that Rashid spoke about. We need to consider the cultural problems we might have or we might face using drones. There's a lot of people, they don't accept their houses being taken videos of or pictures of. And also
Internet of Things, under surveillance, yes.
Internet of Things also can be considered also, but however, we don't want to increase the building cost, like construction cost, sorry. And we don't want to, like the existing buildings, make the owners or the clients to pay extra fees for nothing. Okay, I think this is it from our side.
Yeah, this is it from our side now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nasser and Rashid. So as we mentioned at the beginning, now we will leave the floor for questions. And I think we have 5 questions. I'll be reading them out loud. So we have one question from Marek. Dubai Municipality provides survey services, and a lot of survey data are available. Is it possible to know more about survey data connected to Dubai Municipality's challenge? What are Dubai Municipality's routines and rules for control and inspection survey data? What is the vision plan for improvement, like methodology, accuracy, etc.? Rashid or Nasser? I think this
So,
question. Yeah.
we cannot hear you. The line is really breaking out. It's really. Can you repeat this question again, because I cannot see them read?
I think you can view the question.
I don't know why. What's wrong with the connection I have here?
I think this question has been miss question, because as building control department, we don't do any survey services. We take care of buildings from 0 to 100 until it's fully completed, and we take care of it until it's demolished.
Okay.
It's not a survey, exactly. It's not a survey. An inspection. It is an inspection, but not a survey. It's a different thing by survey data and an inspection. Inspection by control just the buildings. Survey is a different thing, different way.
Okay. So the next question would be from George. Will this presentation be available to download later? Yes. Of course, as I mentioned as well, this webinar would be posted on YouTube, and it will be on our website as well. Next question we have from Muhammad. What are your thoughts on platforms that are focused on improving ongoing management or of projects and feeding necessary data to Dubai Municipality? Is this challenge solely focused on solutions that will be used directly by Dubai Municipality, or could it be regarding the supply chain and how it interacts with Dubai Municipality? I think again, Rashid and Nasser, this question is directed to you guys. Nasser?
Yes, again, I don't think it's pointed to our department. Management of project and feeding necessary data to the municipality. Again, we are the people who go to sites, and we check architectural and structural work. And in the inspection section, they go and check the usage of the buildings.
Okay. And I think the next part of the question is the challenge focused on solutions that will be used directly by Dubai Municipality, or would it be, or could it be regarding the supply chain?
I think we'll use what's better for us, what is easier for us.
So directly, yeah.
Yeah, no interaction with them. Yes.
Okay, so we have another question from Mahmoud. What is the main inspection needs, construction sites or finished buildings? What is the main inspection needs?
This is to us again. The periodical inspection, it needs a drawing, obviously, and our engineers have GTAC tablets. They use it, and they compare the drawings to the actual site. This is for architectural and structural work. In terms of safety, it's based on regulation and rules, and organizing the site regulation and rules. This is one of the issues we have. Using a GTAC tablet, using the internet, most, let's say like 90% of the construction site doesn't have any internet in them. So imagine going to the basement, you will be cut off. You don't have any service there. It'll be harder for you or for the engineer to use the tablet. Same thing when he goes up high to one of the skyscrapers. The same thing will happen to him. He will have data coverage issue. And which is the most time consuming? Maybe which is most time consuming? Again, the drawings, getting all the drawings, because we check architecture, structural, and imagine you are checking like a skyscraper for maybe 70 or 60 floors. How long do you think that takes? It takes a lot of time. It takes at least maybe an hour and a half if the building is typical.
Okay. And then
you can hear me now?
Rashid will answer. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, now I'm trying to connect. Okay, sorry about that. Just about I just want to talk about the. He asked also something. What type of buildings construction? If the buildings, all the types, which means I'm talking about the residential, commercial, industrial. This is most all the buildings we inspect. We don't have just one category. No, we have all the mostly all the categories.
Yeah, we have all types. As small decor work to huge buildings and skyscrapers. We check all of them.
Exactly.
Thank you. I think we'll go to the next question. Do you have any other seminars that will take place soon? Will you please update us with upcoming seminars? We will do so. Yes, at the moment, we don't have any webinars planned regarding this challenge specifically. But if so, if you can just follow us through LinkedIn, Instagram, you will be posted. Like we are active on social media, so you would be like you would know if we are planning of any other online sessions or webinar coming up. So another question from Muhammad: if we want to bounce ideas off of someone before submitting another idea.
What do you mean by this question?
No, I think I will move. So we have 21 questions at the moment. So I'll just pick this one. We have one from Rafael. Was there a federal law implemented in the UAE named Hassantuk, aimed to making IoT mandatory in the design of targeted buildings?
Yeah, this is a civil defense project. They are working on connecting all houses to all residential houses to civil defense system. But I don't think we are involved until now as Dubai Municipality.
Okay, the next question is from Chris. What solutions where data is collected throughout the construction by industry participants using blockchain be considered as opposed to a construction technology? I think the question is if you guys will, like, is blockchain one of the technologies you will be considering instead, as opposed of an inspection technology?
Yeah, yes, we are considering it. As I mentioned earlier, we joined all the other authorities in one system as Dubai Municipality. So if the blockchain will make it easier, why not? And if we can add like more authorities, it will be easier for us and for the consumer or the customer. The less steps, like the less the customer or the consumer contact us, whether it's online, whether it's an application he applies for, the better for us and him. We don't want any applications. We want like the system tells us like the site is ready and we go and it notifies us. Maybe these are the ideas we have until now.
Okay. I think also the main idea is to move away from traditional methods and go more into technology-based solutions. And blockchain is one of them. Okay, so another question is, what kind of system or software inspectors use now to enter inspection data and tablet? Is construction documentation already digitalized?
Yeah.
Sorry, you can answer.
We have Dubai Building Permit System, which is an unified window for all authorities involved in the building sector, where the applicant or the customer can apply through this window, okay? And the application will be just one application. The application will be sent to all authorities involved in this application, okay? And the engineer will assign his appointment to the customers, and he will visit the site, enter the checklist inside the technical report inside the system, and issue the decision through the system. So we have one window stop system, Dubai BPS system.
Dubai Building Permit System.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is from Hamad. how can we submit our application to Dubai Municipality's challenge? If you go to our website, I think we will have the website, DubaiFutureAccelerators.com. You will be able to see it and apply for the application there. Okay, we have another question from Yawar. Can you give us a rough estimation or a rough indication of cost per year for inspection at Dubai Municipality? Is this
the inspection fees? We don't have that much inspection fees. If it is cost per, yeah, like completion, we are taking 100 dirhams only per the visit,
which is around $30.
which is
More
it's
or
not
less.
it's nothing yani.
okay?
This is the only cost we are taking from the customers for the inspection fees and completion stage, which is 100 dirhams.
So yeah,
and structural inspection also is free.
Okay. So once the payment is done, there's no other cost involved, right? In terms of
No.
Okay.
No.
For the municipality, not only this.
Okay.
Well, but I just want to ask: is if he talking about fees or he talking about cost, which is different things? Fees is different thing, and the cost is different thing. The cost that take for the inspector is different. How much we pay for the inspector to visit or to have all this needed programs and laptops is a different different thing. The fees that we take from the customer is a different thing. This one, he pays only 100, 200, it depends on the service he gets. But if you talk about the cost of the inspectors, it's different because we pay him for the laptop, for the measurement, accessories, even the cars, the petrol, all these are included. We don't have a really estimation how much exactly each one of them, but it's different. It's a different thing. It depends on a lot of things. So if he can specify exactly what he wants of the fees, what are you talking about? The fees or the employees that consume every year?
Yeah, no, it's a good point, and thank you for pointing it out, because there are two. They are both different things, as you said, and yeah, but I think we covered both, at least as we mentioned. From fees, it's 100 dirham, and if we're talking about cost from Dubai Municipality, it's quite difficult to pinpoint because, as you mentioned, it depends on it depends on many different things.
Yeah, many different things. Yeah, it's a new employee or old employee. It depends on a lot of things.
Okay, another question is, what are the fire safety parameters set for inspection? If we have to comply with NFPA 285, then what is the check on site inspector is looking for?
What are the fire safety parameter? Again, we are Dubai Municipality. This is Dubai Civil Defense. They will probably give you a better answer than us.
Okay, so I'll pass that one. Another question from Tobias. Regarding the inspection of existing buildings, are you having access to the design documents, drawings when doing the inspections? Or are
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. We have the building control system, and we enter the system and check all the buildings. This is how we know if it is against the law or according to the law, if it's permitted or not. We have this system, and all system it takes time. We need the tablet, the big tablet, like Nasser said, and it takes time to visualize the map, all the necessary documents, so we can check on the site.
And I want to add just one note that Dubai building permit system covers all building stages, from permit stage till completion stage and existing building. So all the data collected from permitting stage, construction stage, and existing building stage, it's there saved on this system, and is accessible by all authorized people and customers.
Thank you, Basma. Okay, another question from Mark. Are you looking at reducing cost just for the municipality or for contractors as well?
No,
Yes,
of course, we are
all
looking at the contractor side more than the municipality maybe also. We are aiming to achieve the number one on the World Bank, and one of the pillars is the cost of the construction. We want to reduce it as much as possible. However, we don't want to affect the quality of the buildings.
Okay. Next question. Do you also check concrete durability and remaining service life of concrete structures?
Yes, we do. We do. As I mentioned earlier, in the structural inspection, we visit the site and we check the steel and we approve the part that the contractor want to cast. In the later stage, let's say that he casted the foundation. When he reaches the slab, I go ask for the foundation test results. And in the periodical inspection, as I mentioned earlier, that we do, the periodical engineer, he asks for the casted parts.
Okay. Okay, another question from Hashim. Are there requirements related to building maintenance after the building is handed over? For example, facade inspection. I'm not sure what that. I think it's a material, maybe.
No, we don't interfere with the building maintenance. Like facade inspection, all these are related after the building completion certificate is issued. So there is like a contract between the owner and the consultant, the contractor, to take care of these small issues. And however, if it was like, you know, affecting the how can I say this? It looks ugly, basically. It looks ugly. No, we interfere with it and we contact the owner of the building to tell him to do the maintenance.
The visual of the building, yeah, the visual side, yes.
Okay, that's done. So we have another question from Fadi. Can you please tell us what problems you think we face if we use UAVs or drones?
Yes, the problem is, let's say that this building, I'm like, my neighbor is living in his house and my villa is under construction. My neighbor will be affected by the drones, and like he can go and complain about the drones taking pictures of the of his house. The second negative thing is like the drone cannot go inside the building. I have to go inside the building, check whether the rooms are correct, the dimensions of the room are correct, the height of the, let's say, the corridors, the rooms again, and how would I know the final touch-up is being done inside or not? These are the negative, like the cons in using the drones.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, it's considered violation in UAE to use drones like.
Yeah. And you have
exactly.
Yeah, we have a law. You have to get like a license or a permit for each flight you make, like each drone. I don't know what's it's called, like a drone video. You have to take a permission, and we visit like around maybe 150 or 200 sites per day. How can I get like 200 permits in one day? And imagine going to next to people's house. How many complaints will I get?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Per day.
And also, taking one picture of any person without his permission is against the law, which means he can sue you for that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I think we answered that. Another question from Akram. Are you interested in leveraging AR technology that will help in maintenance? I think.
We are interested more in inspection. Yani maybe we will leverage inspection with AR, using AR in inspection.
Yes, we are interested in inspection and construction, and maybe later on. But on maintenance, to be honest, we are not focused on maintenance right now.
Yes.
Okay. Clear. Okay, another question from Hassan. Dubai Municipality inspects the existing buildings through their lifetime?
Yes.
Okay, reducing OPEX in existing buildings for tenants is in the scope of this call.
What do you mean OPX in existing buildings? For tenants is the scope of the call. Okay, you can say that. You can say that, but we're only talking about the structural thing. Only structural thing that's been done inside the building, inside any existing building. And that's why we say when we check the whole building for lifetime. And if it's something against the law, we said that this is against the law by adding, for example, a partition, adding a wall, adding a whole room. This is exactly what we want to check. Why we inspect the buildings from inside out. So I don't know if it's answered his question, but I don't know. But I think this is the one that he mentioned. If there's anything you can ask.
I think we'll move to the next question. Because I'm not sure as well what OPX means, but we can take the question offline. Another question. Okay, another question from Chris. Which existing UAE technologies has Dubai Municipality already explored for the mentioned requirements?
We tried drones, to be honest. We tried drones. As I mentioned earlier, those are the accounts we faced. We tried live inspection, like a live video call. We asked like one of the contractors or the customers to make a video call and show us the site. Again, you cannot be like, how can I be sure of about the exact location, the exact dimensions? Sometimes structural issues that has to be done or like should be technically done on site. Like one of the other things is also in live inspection, we're facing the diameter of the steel bars. As a structural engineer, he goes and check the diameters of the steel bars and how it's being placed and is it ready for casting or not. These like exact details are not clear yet throughout the video call.
We have another question from Ghanem. Do you use digital twin techniques as smart infrastructural tool?
No, now we don't use digital techniques.
Another question, how many inspectors in total does the Dubai Municipality currently have? I think you mentioned it on the slides before, yeah?
No, we mentioned it before.
We mentioned it before. As supervision, taking care of construction sites, around 80 maybe or 90. As inspection on existing buildings, I think 40 or to 50.
40, almost 40 to 45, like this.
Okay, so another question from Gabriel. Can we have a specific example of an activity that the inspectors are currently doing and your desire to automate? This would help with the focus on specific technologies to be used. So an example of an ongoing site. Yeah.
Does he want a video call of the site? I don't know. It's like I can explain to it.
Yeah,
explain to him.
A quick explanation.
Let's talk about completion certificate. The building is finished and ready to be issued a completion certificate. The certificate is when the building is ready to be used as the approved drawing. Okay, so the contractor, after the approval of the consultant, this is between them. The contractor applies for a completion certificate. The application through one window, it goes to 5 different entities: Road and Transportation Authority, Survey Department, Dubai Building Control Department, RTA, Roads and Transportation, Etisalat, and Do as a telecommunication company. All 5 of them they read the application. Let's say they review the application, see everything is correct. The application is being applied as a correct application. They accept the visit, and as a coordinator, we assign one coordinator. The coordinator issue the site visit time. They all go to the site based on this scheduled time. Each entity go check the requirements. Like RTA, as I mentioned earlier, they go check the access, the entries, the pavement, the roads. Survey department, they go check the building has been constructed within the plot limits or not, or has it been exceeded and entered into another person plots. Dubai Building Control Department, they go check the architecture and structural work on site. They go into the building, check the rooms again, check the toilet, the drainage, the structural work is being done, the architecture work, the elevation. Okay, I think this is it for building control. And for Dubai Civil Defense, they go check the pumps, the fire safety, the sensor, the smoke detectors. And the safety, again, yeah, like the windows, does it fully open, or is it per the requirement or not? And again, lastly, Etisalat and Du, which are telecommunication company, they go check the main cable, is it connected or not, and all the Cat6 cables are being there or not. Based on these, all the requirements, they give a result, or let's say they fill in a report on the tablet, and based on the report, whether the certificate is being issued or not. Like, let's say all of them approves the inspection, certificate is issued. Let's say like all of them are okay except maybe Dubai Civil Defense for a safety issue. They put a comment, the application that doesn't get approved. It sends back to the contractor or the customer to rectify the comment and reapply again. And the visit will be only to the entity which rejected the application, which were civil defense in this situation. I think this is clear.
Yeah. I think just to be mindful of time, we have a couple of minutes left. So, Abrar, how can you send us detailed challenge requirement? Yes, of course, Abrar. It's in the website. If you visit our website, you will see a detailed information about the challenge. Okay, another question from Rafael. What equipment do you use for measurement? I think it's a broad question, or the...
I don't know. No, I'll answer it. It's fine. We use meter and eyesight. We are experienced enough to figure out the emissions with eyesight.
Okay.
Even the laser meters, we have it as well.
Okay. Question from Hamad. Is there any fees to apply to this challenge? No. You just need to visit the website and submit your application, and then it will be reviewed. Question from Gabriel. Do you use BMI technology?
Until now, no. But we are currently working. We have another project in mind. We are working with BIM. Inshallah, it should finish soon. But not yet. We didn't work with it until now.
Okay, from Jayan, can you tell us what technologies are you using at the moment?
I think we mentioned this already. The tablet we use and the meters and like the basic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Answer this question. So we have another question. Can drones go inside the building? Like while inspecting, is it allowed for drones to go inside the building?
No. No. It's not allowed.
Okay. I think I'm just going through the question and I can see common questions. I think for that, if we weren't able to cover them, we will we will do we will submit them through social media platforms. Okay, we have a question from Ziad. Any interest in checking for COVID? No, I think this is not related to the department.
Yeah, it's not related to our department.
Yeah. So a question, is the review process manual?
Again?
Is the review process manual? I think they're...
What do they mean by review?
I think...
Review
Which
from our
review
side
you
or your side? From Dubai Municipality side or Dubai Future team?
He didn't specify, but I'm guessing it's from your side.
Okay, like if he means review as in to read the application, yeah, it is manual. And if he means review by doing the actual inspection, yeah, obviously it's manual.
So another question, can we get a checklist of inspection required by DM? I think, is this something that can be shared, do you think, or it's not to be shared?
We don't mind. I think we have it in all applications. We have it opened in all applications. We can share it, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, a question from Alexander. I think we will make this one the last one because I just don't want to go over time. Would handheld system that uses artificial intelligence and machine learning to measure construction progress, videos to construction design plans meet your requirement?
To be honest, I didn't understand the first two parts, but as he mentioned, progress videos to construction, I assume he's saying a video of the full project being constructed. Again, I think this will increase the construction cost in Dubai. Like imagine a small contractor building a small villa and you ask him to put 24/7 cameras all alongside the construction site, inside the villa and everything. It will be like for surveillance. And this surveillance will like cost money, and he had to get the internet and the site. Again, this will like increase the cost. We don't want to increase the cost. We want it to be minimum as possible.
That's what we are focusing at. Doing a new technology without any payment that's been considered by the client or anyone on the sites. You know, that's I don't want to cost more. It's already costing a lot when you construct a building. That's really.
I think we'll end the Q&A here because I'm just again mindful of time, and we still have 50 questions and coming. So we'll just go through the questions and we'll try to combine the ones that are similar. And then, as I mentioned, we will be answering them on social media platforms. Yeah, just offline this webinar. But of course, we will be going through the questions again, and I'll together from our side and the Municipality side, just to make sure we answer and get everyone's questions. Because I can see going through them, most of them are similar. So we'll try to combine them and then have them answered. Okay, just to close the webinar, to end it, I just want to mention about the deadline, the application deadline. It will be 2nd of July. And then, of course, you can read more and you'll find more details about the challenge, about the municipality through our website. For any updates, of course, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you just keep posted through our LinkedIn channel, Instagram, we are always active. And if any updates pop up, we're always going to post it. And again, yeah, the application deadline 2nd of July. And on that note, I just want to end the webinar by saying thank you again for everyone who joined. I think we had a great number of show-off, and I hope it was helpful. Like from the team from the Municipality, I hope we covered most of the common questions And again, as I mentioned, we will be taking the rest offline. Just be posted, and then you will be, hopefully you will get answered, your questions will get clearer. And thank you again. And I just hand it to Dubai Municipality if they want to say any last words, just closing words.
I would like to thank you all attendees, and I think Engineer Ilham will end the seminar.
Thank you so much for attending this seminar, and hopefully it will be beneficial for you. If you have any more questions, I think you can send it through Dubai Future Association Foundation. Through Sheikha, right?
Yes, so I'll just post the email again.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So any questions, if at any stage you had any questions, and of course, I think if you went through the application process and the website, hopefully things would get clearer, like you would know more details about it. But of course, at any point, if you have any wondering questions, please feel free to drop it, and we'll try our best to answer them. So thank you everyone again. I'll just leave the chat box open for a couple of minutes, and then we'll end it.